Hey YouTube, it's JP Dillon. I know it's been a minute, so I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on. This is my favorite view. This is at the northwest side of the house. Shank always likes to say the place I moved to greener pastures, and it is very, very green here. Yeah, it rains a lot. It's green. There's the project cars down there in my truck. So, just want to give you a quick rundown about the house. The house was built about 1870 or so. We don't have an exact record, but the family who coincidentally lives next door, and more extended family lives behind us, which you can't really see back there, but yeah, maybe you can. There's the gable of the roof. But anyways, this is one of the original farmhouses of the area, and it originally had about 30 acres, and then the land got divvied up and sold off, and these trees are probably as old as the house is. It's been standing here so long. And it's been a long battle since I've gotten here, because we bought it as a fixer-upper, and it certainly needed a lot of work. Completely new foundation, electrical, plumbing, you name it. But that's just kind of how it is when you buy an old house. But there's beautiful views. There's lots of sweeping plains. My neighbors are all real friendly. There's my dog. He really enjoys it here. He's one of about 7 animals we brought. And then we have more land over here. There's a gazebo over there. There's more yard there. There's a additional dwelling unit there. There's a 3-car garage behind it, and there's more property behind us. So yeah, there's behind the property to the north, east, and there's the 3-car garage. There's kind of the demarcation point. Those bushes are technically on my neighbor's side, but yeah, you can see it's huge here, and he loves running around in it. That dog defies age. He's a Corgidor. He's only supposed to get to maybe about 11 or 12 before he passes, and he's nearing 15. He's a happy dog. Well, anyways, enough of the chit-chat. Let me show you what I'm working on today. So here's what we're kind of going to work on today. As you can see, this is just an absolute mess from when I got here. And I have sciatica, and I have busted discs in my spine and messed up vertebrae, so I had a flare-up that literally put me down for a couple months, and a lot of physical therapy, a lot of recovery time. But this is kind of what I want to do here. You can see in the back here, there's workbench space here, and there's storage space there. And my goal today is to kind of get this all set up so that I can start working again. And I need to unpack a bunch of boxes with all the test equipment stuff in it, so this needs to get rearranged, and I'll probably spend about 6 hours or more on that today. There's some sets over here that, like that Sears color set that's a Sanyo, the old Trinitron, a Zenith I picked up before I moved, that Admiral that's driving me absolutely nuts, and there are some sets that got injured on the way here. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you, but it's just, well, they're kind of buried. But my Mint Curtis Mathis took a hit. And then, let's see if I can show you the hole. Yeah, there's a hole in my Chromacolor there. And long story short, the freight company that was handling stuff got a little bit too rough with it. So, yeah, it's, money back, but still ridiculous. And there's just scores and scores and scores of things that need to get unpacked and put away. So, yeah, there's really fancy old sets here, like this old Emerson color set I've got a CRT for, this JVC color set, which also took some damage in the move. A lot of stuff. I wrapped it up in blankets. I very tightly strapped it down inside the freight trailers and all that, and there's still some that took some damage, so it's depressing, but it is what it is. And there's just clutter everywhere. So I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pick an area. I've got one workbench already here, but it's very shallow, and I don't think it's going to be all that useful for what I want it to do. So this may be more simplified stuff. Oh yeah, and by the way, the obnoxious flashing is because of these stupid LED lights that were put in. And I'm sure all the start capacitors in them are bad, but I need to get a taller ladder before I can tackle that mess. But yeah, that's the annoying flickering. And you can see my Ramblers parked in here, the darts over there, and it's just scores and scores and scores of boxes to unpack and do. So I'm going to get cracking on that, and as I progress, I'll make little video bits here as the progression increases. That engine there is a blown motor that's out of one of the darts, and that needs to get redone, but that's definitely a future project. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So I'm going to get cracking on this as best as I can, and then we'll show you some updates. Alright, so we made a little bit of progress. We cleaned out this corner here. I've got a table down. I'm starting to work on cleaning this bench off back here. I think I want to segment it into two. Like over here is going to be my turntable stuff, and over here is going to be my antique radio stuff. And over here is going to be the big ticket items like the hi-fi and the big televisions. And then maybe I'll leave another space open here for consoles. And then back on this ledge here, I'll have my various parts trays and stuff like that that'll house components and things like that where the televisions are. I need to make more shelves up here to put test equipment on and things like that. Oh yeah, I might have a rage problem because I found all those hammers just in like one area, so, you know, if you ever get pissed off at something, beat it. But a lot more work to do. I think my goal today is to at least get this area usable. So I'm going to find some equipment, start setting it up. Definitely after I clean everything here, because this is gross. But then we'll get to working with that. And my favorite lamp, this blue guy here, I'm missing the base for. It's probably in a box somewhere because I think I, in a panic, randomly threw it in one of my shop boxes. But this table's disgusting. And I'll probably end up putting carpet down on it and on the bench in the future, so I don't have to worry about scratching anything. There was a vise there on the corner I pulled up, and the vise is stuck, so I got to figure that one out too, but that's not a priority. Well, yeah, just little old me in this big old mess of stuff here. We're getting there, little by little. Okay, so here's where we're at so far. I decided to abandon the table idea because it was making there be an impediment to get back here, because as you can see, this is where all my parts are going to live. Tubes, test equipment will go up here. I'm going to build more shelves up here to house that. And then you've got resistors and capacitors, transistors, knobs, tube sockets, all that stuff there. That's mostly organized, but... And then I still need to go find new homes for these guys so I can finish clearing off this bench. And then I still have to find the rest of my other repair equipment too. There's a couple boxes I need to go track down. But that's kind of where we're at right now. Inside that cabinet that the TV is sitting on is more stereo gear, which is going to need to be serviced. And this wire shelf here, as you can see, I'm putting test equipment up here. This wire shelf is really going to be projects that need to be serviced, because I know that all this equipment up here definitely needs to be refreshed. It's been sitting a long time, and most of it all has its original parts in it, so there's that. And then there's projects down here like the Betamax recorders, the Laserdisc player. There's another Laserdisc player and a CD player. I have one color test jig here in the open. I have another one packed away that I still haven't found yet with all the adapters. So there's quite a bit more to dig up. like down there, there's an old CD player and an old Laserdisc player there that need attention. And this is a box of project stuff I need to go through. More TV parts there. There's just boxes and boxes of stuff to go through. I'm just slowly going through it as I can. Whole box there of service literature, that's about 150 pounds. The totes of knowledge. And then I've got some Commodore, Atom, and Atari stuff in this box here. And there's more. Oh yeah, there's the other color jig in this box with all the adapters and everything. So yeah, we're just, like I said, slowly progressing. Alright, so this is kind of the area I have set up. You can see my scope over there. I need to make a little tool bench or something that I can easily, or a tool cart that has all my stuff I can roll around in. The other half of the tool bench, as you can see, is still kind of occupied. I've run into an impasse. And the impasse is, I can't find for the life of me my old soldering station and my soldering tools, desoldering tools. I found my old Weller gun, which needs a tip. I haven't used that in a while. And I found like my capacitor wizard, my component identifier, all my tools and everything, but the soldering stuff, which is kind of crucial for what I do. So I think I'm just going to make a splurge and just get a little Hakko or something like that just to pass the time. But anyways, we're partially set up. I definitely need to apply power and make a way for me to grab tools easy and stuff like that. And I think what we're going to do is very much evolve this bench. So I'm thinking I want to extend the top another foot or so just for deeper, larger repairs, like stuff like that over there that are big and cumbersome. All my parts are going to stay over here, and I have so much more to unpack, so I'm probably going to have to make shelves and cabinets or something like that to house all the rest of the tubes and stuff that I have, because I have thousands and thousands of tubes and transistors and parts and stuff that I haven't even begun to unpack yet. But summer's approaching, and so I definitely want to focus more on mechanical stuff, like getting a lot of my house fans, like that guy on there, the roller, and that guy over there. And I've got a couple large boxes of fans that we can service too, and some antique radios and stuff. That doesn't require a super sophisticated, workbench. So, but this is the update where we're at right now. And I just thought you guys might like to see what's kind of going on, since I haven't had time to post. And yes, I have gone through, opened, and searched every one of these boxes in here, and I have marked them appropriately. So like, it's got an X on it. That means it ain't in there. The soldering stuff ain't in there. And I've opened and gone through every single one on all sides of the garage, and it's been an absolute pain. And this shelf is just going to be a shelf full of stuff that we fix over time. And you might see some good working stuff for sale soon too. So for right now, I'm just going to order what I need to get going, which is basically a tip for the soldering gun, a cheap soldering station, solder, a sucker, some wick, and just be done with it. And if I come across this stuff, great, then I'll have an extra set to work with. But for now, I just need to get the ball rolling. It's been too long. Anyways, you guys, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you'll see more stuff from me relatively soon.